दिल की नसों में खून जमा हो गया तो दिल की बीमारी होगी, उसके लिए मेडिकल।
Now, first thing is to talk about the heart. Say, for example, your blood clots in the heart, and for that there's a medical cure.
दूसरी बीमारी है कि उस दिल की रगों को शैतानी जिन्नात ने पकड़ लिया, उसका फिर रूहानी इलाज।
In a similar way, talking about the blood vessels within the heart again, you might find that Satan has taken hold of the blood vessels and the control of the blood flow. Now, for that is spiritual healing.
इसी तरह वो दिमाग को भी पकड़ लेता है, दिल को भी पकड़ लेता है, बाजू को भी पकड़ लेता है, आँखों की नज़र भी ज़ाया कर देता है, फिर पता नहीं चलता ना ये रूहानी है या मेडिकल है। इसमें फिर कुछ अल्लाह ताला ने अहले कश्फ हज़रात बनाए हैं तो वो बताते हैं ये मेडिकल है।
I'm saying that in a similar way, Satan sometimes takes hold of our heart, sometimes he takes hold of our arm, sometimes our head, sometimes he takes hold of our sight, we lose sight. And for this purpose, God has created certain people with inner spiritual insight, and they are able to tell and close their eyes and then actually check and tell whether this ailment you have is spiritual or medical.
ऐसे लोग दुनिया में मौजूद हैं।
So there are such people in the world that can tell whether it's a spiritual problem or not.
अगर किसी बीमारी का इलाज से भी फायदा ना होना तो फिर ऐसे आदमी से रब्ता करे फिर वो बताएगा क्या है।
And then if you cannot cure your problem, your ailment by medical means, then people do contact such people to discover what's wrong with them, and they find they're spiritually healed.
Is a physical ailment an expression of a spiritual ailment?
कुछ नहीं, अगर जो जिस्मानी बीमारी है, क्या वो किसी रूहानी बीमारी का अक्स है, उसका इजहार है। Two separate things.
वो इस दुनिया के जरासीम है।
There's a bacteria found in this world that will suffer physically.
I'd like to also ask, say, a similar question to what Denise asked. How much karma, if I heal someone else, am I interfering with their karma?
Will you tell me what you believe is karma?
Am I interfering with their path? If somebody is healing me, are they interfering with my path?
Right, interfering in the sense that maybe they shouldn't be involved with what's your destiny.
Maybe I'm supposed to suffer.
Right. उसका ये पूछ रहे हैं कि अगर मैं बीमार हूँ और कोई मेरा रूहानी इलाज कर रहा है या जिस्मानी इलाज हो रहा है, तो क्या वो मेरे तकदीर के साथ वो खेल रहे हैं, उनको हक है, या हो सकता है कि अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे वो सज़ा दी?
अगर सज़ा दी हो तो ठीक नहीं होगी ना।
I'm saying that if it's a punishment from God, or if it's written in your karma that will happen, then you'll find the person healing you will never be able to heal you. It will continue, and it will continue.
या तुझे पता चल जाएगा ये सज़ा है तो फिर तू इलाज कराएगी।
Or the other way is that if you find out this is punishment from God, then you won't even go to spiritual healing.
अगर तुझे पता नहीं है तो फिर तो इलाज करा। अगर सज़ा होगी तो ठीक नहीं होगी, सज़ा नहीं होगी ठीक है।
But if you don't know, then you'll go to a spiritual healer. And if it's healed, if you're cured, then you'll discover that it wasn't part of your karma or your punishment. If you're never healed or cured, then you'll know it's part of your karma.
I have a question as far as when you find that God is working through you, you have a desire to be of service to other people that are here. And a lot of people, I find it with myself, that you're searching for, asking God, how can I serve you here with my fellow man? What can I do? A lot of people decide that they want to be healers or they want to be artists, and they do these things, but they feel that they're the ones that are doing it, and a lot of people are misled and going to false healers. So what I'm asking is, how do we find what God's purpose is? Is that revealed to us, or do we have, because like we may have a desire to do something, is the desire placed in us from God? And He will, did you understand what I'm saying?
अगर पूछ रहे हैं मुख्तसर अल्फाज में कि कुछ लोगों के अंदर अल्लाह आ जाए, उसकी मोहब्बत आ जाए, फिर वो कुदरती तौर पर समझते हैं कि उनको इंसानियत को सर्व करना चाहिए, खिदमत करनी चाहिए, इलाज करना चाहिए, कुछ लोग रूहानी नॉलेज बन जाते हैं। तो ये कैसे पता चले कि वो उनको अल्लाह की तरफ से कोई इशारा होता है उनको भी ये करना चाहिए काम, ये नहीं करना चाहिए। अल्लाह उनको गाइड करता है, जो काम उसने लेना है वो कैसे लेता है।
पहले ऐसा होता है कि जब ये अल्लाह का शुरू हो जाता है, अल्लाह की तरफ चला था, तो ज़रूरी है कि पहले वो कंप्लीट हो जाए।
जी सर।
अगर थोड़ा सा मिला है तो उसको दुनिया में सर्व कर देगा, फिर खाली जैसा पहला था वैसा।
जी सर।
ज़रूरी है कि पहले अपने आप को कंप्लीट करे, फिर जब दुनिया का काम करेगा फिर खाली नहीं होगा ना, बल्कि फिर खुद अल्लाह खुद उसकी ड्यूटी लगाएगा ना।
So God is saying that these inclinations do arise in people, but what the important thing is that once you start doing Allah, it is important that you complete the training, complete the course, achieve what you have to achieve, what God is in store for you. Spiritually speaking, once you achieved God, then you will be complete. Then He will guide you Himself, what purpose He has for you, how to serve His creation. He will let you embark upon that path.
उस वक्त उसके पास समुद्र हो जाएगा, कटेगा नहीं।
Jesus God. Then you'll be like an ocean. People will feed from you. But the danger with some people, what happens is they are incomplete and they have not reached the farthest goals.
थोड़ा सा पानी है फिर खत्म हो जाएगा, क्या करेगा?
When they're incomplete and they start to help people, what actually they've achieved, they give to people and they empty themselves. It's like having a little bit of water, you give it away and then you got nothing left to yourself. You must become an ocean first and achieve what you have to achieve, the fullest extent. Then you could truly serve His creation, and then He will guide you Himself. When you're incomplete and you have that feeling, you'll just give away what you've achieved.
So you have to hook up to that never-ending supply.
Yes. तो कह रही है कि ज़रूरी है कि वो जो ना ख़त्म होने वाली जो सप्लाई है उससे आप रब्ता कर ले और वो आपके अंदर आ जाए।
यही वजह है ना, ये जो बुजुर्ग इंग्लों में गए 12-12 साल रहे ना, फिर कंप्लीट हुए, फिर मुड़ गए ना, सारी उम्र बुजुर्ग ही रहे ना, डटे नहीं ना। तो शहरों में जिन लोगों ने थोड़े बहुत चिल्ले किए ना, वो खत्म हो गए।
Shahs, I'm saying that this is the reason that why some people went to the jungles and stayed there for a period of 12 years. They were complete and they became holy men and friends of God and saints. And when they returned to the cities, they remained holy men and saints all their life.
सारी उम्र खिदमत करते
And all their life they served humanity. And this the opposite way. There are some people in cities who did some sort of chanting or some small spiritual course and they obtained some knowledge, but it didn't last throughout all their life. It lasted for a small period of time and then it ceased to exist.
That is also in the Bhagavad Gita. Yogasthha Kurukamani established in union, perform action. Established in God, then.
Yes. तो कह रहे हैं कि भगवत गीता के अंदर भी यही लिखा हुआ है कि पहले आप अल्लाह के साथ एक हो जाए, उसको पाले, कंप्लीट हो जाए, और
फिर जो काम करो वो साथ वो भी होगा, फिर गठेगा तो नहीं, वो साथ वो जाओ।
Shaswat, that is so because then you will have God with you and you'll never lose out because He'll be with you and His supply is never ending. And then today and then the rest tomorrow.
उनको सवाल करने देना, खूब सेटिस्फाई हो जाए, दिल में कोई हुज्जत ना आए।
ये खूब सवाल करते हैं और खुश हैं सर। Shasu saying that they're very happy that you ask so many questions so that you're completely satisfied and don't have any doubt in your heart.
Thank you.
दुआ भी ठीक है। हाँ जी, आ रहे हैं? नहीं आ रहे हो? अभी आ रहे हो? छुट्टी है, सिर्फ बाप की